Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And of course, I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky from My Holistic Self. Welcome,
Yay.
welcome.
Welcome.
So we are giggly today, so you might have kind of a funny show today, or maybe not. It'll depend on what comes up. But
we'll see how it goes.
We're a little giggly today, so...
I think it's a needed respite to the dense energies that we've been experiencing.
Exactly. So let's say hello to a few people. We have Hidden City. Hey, Nalani, welcome. Welcome. We have Fogo Pogo. So Kaylee, happy Monday to you too. Uh-oh. Kaylee says it's been a bit of a whirlwind. And she needs giggly. It's an eggshell day for you.
Yeah.
Eggshell, fragile. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Welcome.
Well, and it has, to think that we're already at the end of March is wild.
How did that happen? I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. But also recognizing that time is a man-made construct. It's just sometimes it goes really fast and sometimes it goes really slow. And I don't know. No, it's just going really fast.
I'm giggling at you putting on lip gloss while we're on the show.
It's also not the first time I've done that.
Really? Oh, I guess it's the first time I noticed.
I do that quite often, and I have two to choose from, both of which I really like. I know.
Oh well, you could do a little promo for them.
I love this one, and it's like you can even see the bottle is a little like bumpy because it has like little crystals in it, and cool. it feels so good. And then this one, the Mooney. Is like the softest. I don't know. It's not very. My camera doesn't want it. It doesn't want it. But anyway, they're my chapsticks. I don't like chapstick. I think chapstick. Nobody.
Laura
cares.
says, "When you need gloss, you need gloss." I'm all about the gloss. I love the gloss.
Yeah, those are my. They're like chapstick,
but balmy. Lip balmy thingies.
They're balmies.
I'm going to call them lip balmy thingies today, because that's what today is all about. Actually, it's not. That's not what the show's about.
No, it's not. It's a little balmy outside. No, it's not. Not really. I don't know. My window's balmy. It's all fogged up. But I don't know what that's about either.
I don't know. I do not know. Oh, we have Louise joining us. Welcome, Louise. Nice to see you. Thank you. We're laughing about lip gloss at the moment. Hey, mine is actually new today. This is a new color for me.
It looks lovely.
Thank you. Yes. It was really nice out today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to spring. Yep, me too. Yeah. Definitely. We actually were able to sit in the sunroom yesterday, though. We didn't have the windows open, but we did sit out there. So at least it was warm enough to be in the enclosed, which was lovely.
Nice.
Aw, that's beautiful. The willow tree, the Twillow tree. She went to put something on the Twillow tree. Yeah, I know. It's not all about me. I know.
Sometimes we need it to just be all about us, and that is okay.
And today might be a day that it's all about us, because we don't have a guest today, so it's an all about us day.
There you go.
Yes, no guest today.
You go.
We've had a lot of amazing guests already this year, and so.
I know, to the comment of like it's already May, but then I was looking at the list. I checked it earlier today, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we have somebody on, and we don't. And I was like, oh, it's nice. I'm gonna get to actually just hang with Tanys and everybody today without like another person, because I love having our guests, but I also love when it's us. So
yeah,
it's Both are great.
We get to chat a little bit more with the audience this way, so it's quite nice. So
yeah,
there's Mary,
who was an incredible guest. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Mary.
Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. My lip gloss. It's new. That's
there
what she's
you
referring
go.
to.
Nice.
Yes, you do still need to introduce me to your willow tree. We need, because I feel like that tree has a lot of wisdom. Your willow. I don't know. I get that sense because you brought me a branch from that once, and I was like, ooh. There's some knowledge in here. So yeah, definitely.
Very nice.
We got ourselves some emojis going on today.
I know. I love it. You guys
like the orange. Okay. It's actually it's red, but the lights
orange.
make it. Yeah, I know it's it's not when you're here, but that's okay. I like orange too, so all good.
Well,
Thank you for sharing.
Mary. When you want the orange feel, you got it.
So I can wear it in the fall. Perfect.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Mine too. It's orange on my screen too.
Yeah. It is on my screen, but not on my shirt. Like not when I look at it in person, but it is on my screen as well. I don't know. My reds don't seem to show up as red. I have another shirt that I wear that's red, but it shows up as orange. Everybody thinks I'm wearing orange.
The camera likes to do its filter thing. It does what it does. It decides like, I like this color better. So off you go to orange instead of red.
Exactly. Yes. So Kaylee is asking if we can please do the weather forecast. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll get back to silliness. Get serious for a moment. And I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have to add you to the screen. There we go.
I disappeared.
It's just because it's the template that was up. Okay.
I care not.
Yes, sacral versus root. Exactly. Yeah, they're all both down in that area. And the solar flare.
Yeah, one of them there chakras.
I told you it was going to be a giggly day. So if you see here, we had a solar flare today that was an X1.5. Our KP index is pretty normal at the moment. We can take a look at that solar flares chart. There is our solar flare way up here. So that was a bit of a bump up in the last 24 hours. And the auroral, of course, we're in the yellow. And the KP index, we kind of saw that on the other page, but gives you a little bit of a longer one here. Okay, so we're all in sort of the normal range. Nothing too big here, but we did have the solar flare and stuff. If we look at this, which we can close the ads as usual, we have a power of 11, so not too bad today actually, and it's been fairly calm the last couple of days, but they do have the monthly, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if you can see that, sort of see this. Sorry for those of you that are on phones, it's going to be really small, but you can see the big white splotches. This is what the month has been like. So this is the first all the way through to the 30th. So you can see it's been quite active this month, more so at the beginning of the month, but we've definitely had our share near the end as well. So that is the weather forecast, our space weather. Space weather. What is our transit weather with the neutrinos, etc.?
Coming on down. So we are at the tail end of the gate 17, which we did last week. And the gate 17 is the gate of opinions, the gate of following. It's moves us from the shadow of opinion to the Siddhi of omniscience through the gift of farsightedness. So if you want the the deep down on that one, go back and revisit last week's, because we are about to move into the gate 21. And the 21 is the gate of biting through. It's the hunter-huntress. This is about the strength of will. And so the energy here is about moving us from control to valor through the path of authority. And so this gate really wants us to look at what are we trying to control, and wants to help us understand that this is a journey from force into embodied leadership. So how does that show up for us? It's really about responsible power, right? How are we going to hold, that ability to have, some power here? Again, it's that control aspect when we're in the shadow side of it and we want to control everything, versus in the Siddhi, that valor piece of really like wanting to bring that in for the collective, right? For our tribe, for those that we're connected with. And so the energy here is asking us to look at, where am I trying to control outcomes, or how do I respond when things feel out of control? So the shadow aspect of this is that fear of losing power. If I don't control this, everything is going to fall apart. Right. And I know that that's a feeling that I have had in the past. I'm sure that I'm not the only one who has ever had that feeling, but it is that energy of believing that control creates safety. And so the more that we stay in that shadow of control, we maybe micromanage, or we have trouble delegating. Maybe there's some rigidity about how things are going to unfold, or we might feel frustrated if others don't meet our expectations. And so if you feel this energy coming in over the next, 6 days of, I have to make this happen, I have to be in control, I have to have that pressure to force, just notice it and go, okay, how do I shift this, right? So when we're able to soften some of that control, that's where that gift authority can actually begin to emerge. And so the authority comes through as clarity about what is actually ours to hold. Like what is, in therapy, we talk a lot about the spheres of control, or the circles of control, right? What is actually within my control and what is outside of my control, right? And we know that what's within our control is our reactions, our feelings, the things that are happening inside of us and how we respond to them, versus all of those things that are so outside of our control that we sometimes wish were inside our control, but they're not.
I don't know, because if they're in our control, then it becomes our responsibility.
Exactly. And that's why, being able to shift into this idea of authority, it's like now I actually have like effective decision making, because I get to make decisions on things that I can impact, right? And there's more integrity in action when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the siddhi of this, that valor, is about being able to action in a way that is really pure and authentic, right? Because there's not fear anymore. That fear is able to dissolve. And so our heart is able to lead. It's not the mind going, I have to make this happen. I have to make this happen. Right? There's not an aggression that comes with that, or like a fear-based kind of forcefulness that shows up. So reflective prompts. Where am I trying to control what is not mine? How do I respond when things feel uncertain or unmanaged? Really kind of doing that self-check. Where can trust replace force? I think that's a big a big piece for us, right? Especially because when things are really hard and outside of our control, it's hard to trust. So where do I place that trust, and how does that show up in my experience? And then what does grounded authority actually feel like in my body, right? If I were to take that time and really sit with it, like, what does it feel like for me to embody that? So our affirmation is, I release the need to control. I stand in my true authority with clarity and trust. Through aligned action, my power flows with ease.
Very nice.
I'll put that.
And I think this is true. Sometimes you have to let someone else take the wheel, and that's hard. That's like delegating, when you're in a leadership role and you can't do everything, and then you start to sort of delegate, and you ask somebody to do this, and then you ask somebody to do this, and you have to sort of build that trust within the team, right? And yeah.
And being okay with somebody not doing it the way you would do it, or the way you necessarily want it done.
That is the crux right there. I know. So in business, when it's your own business, it's really tough to let stuff go, in terms of, when you do need to have help. I think that's part of that control thing, right? You're like, you want to make sure everything meets your standards, but like, fits with your philosophies, I would say, that sort of thing. The energy that you bring, you would hope that others would bring that energy. But then how can they? And is that a realistic expectation? It's really not, right? Because each person's energy is different. There's no two energies alike. And so expecting somebody else to step into exactly the same energy that you might bring to something, it's not a realistic expectation, right?
Yeah.
And yet, as leaders, it is difficult to step away from that piece. And, it's also, but, the other part of that is you may ask somebody to do something and they're going to do a way better job than you would. And that's the part that can be fun to watch, right? Yeah. Laura likes your affirmation.
Oh, yay. I'm glad.
Yeah, very good. Making sure my side of the street is clean. Yes. Yeah. It's interesting because as we're expanding the school, we're bringing on new teachers. And that's something that I've been thinking about even is, how do we, because of course, lead with love is my thing. And so how do I bring that through? And I think that the teachers that are coming on are amazing and already carry that energy. And so I'm not overly concerned about it, but it did come to mind in terms of that. Because, my HR hat and all, and needing to have some kind of structure just only because I have HR.
Well, I don't think the structure is like an only HR thing.
No, but I think it's just, I think that's why I'm thinking in the way that I am about it, because of the HR influence, which isn't a bad thing. It just brings another aspect to what we're doing, right? Anyway, it's been on my mind, that whole thing of releasing, and I've had some beautiful, offers of help, and so I'm working my way into saying, okay,
allowing to be part of the process.
It is. Yeah. I think when you're an entrepreneur, it's like allowing somebody to babysit your kid for the first time. That first time when you go out for date night after you're a new parent, and you're like, until you start to trust. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, and I hear you, especially, I guess it's one thing too, like if it's a big like business or a big kind of corporate thing, but as a entrepreneur or solopreneur, like the business is you.
Yeah.
And so, wanting it to be a reflection of you in all aspects. And knowing that when you do bring people on, like they're coming in under your umbrella, right? But also holding space for them to be uniquely who they are.
Because that's the beauty of why we're bringing them on, right? Is for people to bring their beautiful gifts and different abilities and their different energies, because everybody resonates with different people. Anyway, it's a lovely process.
It is.
It is a process.
It is.
Yeah, I've led teams before. I've led teams and up to 300 in different scenarios. So it's not the leading. I think it's more the fact that in those scenarios it was another business as opposed to, like you said, a reflection of self, right? And I think that happens not just with businesses, but even projects. When you take on a project and it's like your baby, and then you need to bring some people in to help you, then it's the same sort of thing, right? There's that difficulty. But I also am very much in trust that the guides bring who you need in that moment, and that they're going to give them whatever information they need to have. So there's that piece in allowing us to go with the flow and that kind of thing as well. So
well, and I think to that end as well, and this is a theme that's been coming up lately, is the how we, like, everything is temporary here, right?
Yeah.
So even that, like, great, there's going to be people who come and there's going to be people who stay and there's going to be people who flow out, and that's all part of the process. And it's all okay. But when we need it to be a very certain way, then all of a sudden it's not so okay. Yeah. So the more that we're able to kind of go, okay, the easier it is for us to be able to navigate that energy.
Yeah. Right? And I mean, I do, that's sitting in trust, right? In many ways, sitting in trust that whatever comes is meant to come. Whatever goes is meant to go.
Yeah. So. And it doesn't mean it's easy. And it doesn't mean that every time we're going to be like, yeah, okay. Sometimes we're
yeah.
Right. But the more that we're able to accept it as part of the process, the more we can get out of it too.
Absolutely. So what kind of projects or businesses or things where you might have experienced that kind of thing? Let us know where you might have experienced that. Watching today. So let's have a conversation about expectations and releasing control, just because it happens to be the transits and such.
Hey, we're going into it, so it's going to be important, right? Because like I keep looking over because it's the card, and you guys know I write all over them. But like the victim needing to be in control, right? That state of having to be in that control, and it is like the archetype of the manager, right? Am I the manager because of that need to dominate, or am I the manager because people want to have that guidance? Right. And I'm able to, either navigate that in a way that is effective, or am I, forcing that energy through? So
it's funny. The first part of my book there I was writing, and those of you that don't know, I'm actually writing a book on leadership. So lead with love is the lead with love and let love lead you. Anyway, the preface in there, I mentioned how I've been a reluctant leader at times. How you don't expect to be in leadership, and all of a sudden you find yourself there, and you're like, how did this happen? It happens to Leos, but happens to a lot of people, but Leos especially. I remember I was working for a charity and a charitable organization, and I was on the board, but just like a general member. I missed a meeting. Next thing I knew, I was vice president. I was like, hey, how did this happen?
Oh, that's hilarious.
So,
yep.
You don't always expect to end up in that kind of position, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we do end up there.
Yeah. It's pretty wild the way that things unfold sometimes. And, you know, we get called into different roles at different times in our lives too. And even just like that need to kind of control that process. Sometimes it's like, oh, that just happened. Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, that was one of the ones I had to go with the flow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was all good. I was on the board for, I think, 6 or 7 years as VP. So it was fine. But it was a great experience. You know, all boards are fun and they can be fascinating. They have their stuff, but you know, as all people experiences do. But it was a good experience.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see where those things take you.
Well, I
mean, in general. I've learned flow has gotten me to where I am now. I didn't see why at the time, but the universe knew. Yep. Like redirection, right? Often we get redirected and we don't know why we're getting redirected, and that redirection can be pretty brutal.
It can.
It can feel brutal. It doesn't mean it is necessarily, but it can feel that way.
Definitely.
But, you know, when you look back, you know why it happened, and it's for the best.
Right. And sometimes, you know, we don't always get that moment of knowing why.
Yes.
You know, and I think that that's hard sometimes because the mind wants the answers. The mind wants to know, like, why did that happen? And what's, you know, what's going on, and how do I fix it, or how do I change it? And again, it's that piece of, I can't control this.
Yeah. It is go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Diversity of perspectives. Perspectives help with letting go of control. There's like perspectives, perceptions. Yeah.
All of the above.
All of that. It does. Yeah. When you can see things from different perspectives, it's very helpful to understanding why things would happen, maybe. But, you know, we don't always get a why. And I know that with my clients, that's something people really struggle with, is when you don't understand why. Why did somebody do this? Or why did this happen the way it did? We don't always know.
No, and I know I've had this conversation with clients in the past too, and I think we've even talked about it on here in terms of, like, if somebody does something and you're like, I don't understand how they could do that. I don't understand what was going on or why somebody would be able to do such a thing. And as hard as that can be, it's like, good for you that you are not the person who can understand why somebody would be mean or hurtful or cause that kind of pain. It just means that you are not a person who would do that or would consciously choose to do that. It's not a bad thing that you don't understand the why in that situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know that, you know, people, when they're hurting, do all kinds of things. And sometimes, you know, we call it pain bodies, right? Sometimes they just come up and they want to feed, right? And I see them as like that little golem, that little gremlin that just kind of comes up and is like, nom, nom. Like, I just want to feed on anger, or I just want to feed on sadness, or I just want to feed on whatever it is. If we are in a place where we go, yeah, I'm going to feed that, right? Then we fall into that energy. And that happens. We're human, right? But, if we can catch it, when we can catch it, even if we've been feeding it, right? To kind of go, whew, I don't think I want to feed you anymore, right? Right? We do have that choice and that ability to shift that energy.
Yeah.
But, it's something that we do because for whatever reason, at some point in our lives, like we had a moment where we suffered, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna feed this energy, because I don't know how to get out of it, and I don't know what to do with it, right? And so this is about like breaking that spiral, breaking that pattern of feeding that energy, right? And instead going, oh, okay, you're there to feed. Well, I'm not going to feed you, but I kind of want to understand what's going on, right? This is that observer place.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what brought you up to feed right now? Right? And how do I want to, handle that if I'm not going to feed that?
Well, and I think it's important to talk about the distinction between like feeding the emotion versus just feeling the emotion.
Absolutely.
Right? Because feeding is when you've felt it already, but you're just going to keep feeling it. You're not going to allow it to flow through. It's like holding on to it. So it's like,
well, not even just holding on to it. It's like, I'm going to throw fuel on the fire.
Right.
Right. And this happens, like a narrative comes in and we're upset about it. Right. And I can go, okay, yeah, I'm upset about that. I can see that. But then when we spin, well, and then this, and then this, and then right. And I know like that feeling and how that comes in. And it's interesting too, because right now with the collective energy being how it is, like it's easy to get those triggers really quick because we're feeling the collective anger, we're feeling the collective frustration, we're feeling all of those things. And so, I've noticed it, even that, oh, okay, that energy comes in and the mind goes, and this happens like in a second. The mind goes, anger. Who can I be angry at? Oh, I can be angry at this person for this, and this person for this, and and this thing for that, and this other situation. I got a lot of things I can be angry at, right? And then and then it's like, right. This is where I get that like nom 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 nom, right? Like it wants more energy put into it. And so this is why it's so important to kind of take that step back and go, wait a minute, like, one, is this even actually my anger?
Probably not.
And if it is all of it mine or just a part of it mine?
Yeah. And most times it's not all yours. There's times when, of course, we have our own, but I find that because like attracts like, if I feel a little bit frustrated or something, then all of a sudden all of the anger vibes in the room end up mine as well, because I've attracted them. And so then I'm feeling everybody else's stuff as well as my own. And that happens very quickly as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's where, we talk about like that empathic kind of connection where like we could be like, la, 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 boom, anger. What?
Oh, I can't believe this is happening.
Right. And I love how, when those moments happen.
Yes.
Right. Because it's like such a clear, this isn't mine. And yet you can still see when the mind goes, I can get angry. I could do that.
Our brain gets all excited because it gets to be creative. So think about us when we're creative, right? We like to be being creative. So does the brain.
Absolutely.
So this is right. Yeah, that you got to ask what it's trying to teach you.
Yep, that whole why is this happening for me as opposed to why is this happening to me?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, and this is where with the collective energy, especially, right? It's so important to not feed that anger, but to really hold space for bringing that love in.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to realize sometimes the anger comes up when I get overwhelmed. I get frustrated and lash out. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced that as well. Yes.
Yep. I'm sure I've shared this before, but there are times where I'd be like so overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm putting myself in a timeout. I'm in trouble. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I'm in timeout. Just to calm that overwhelm. And then it's like, okay, now I'm good.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's quiet time. It's quiet time. Somebody tries to talk to me. Nope, it's quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I talk to you, I'm not going to be very happy. And I don't want to do that to you. So I'm just going to sit here in my quiet time and get regulated.
Yeah, there are times too. And I've said before, because working from home, I want to come back to Laura's comment, but working from home a lot of the time, it's like at work, you get a break in between, like sometimes, and you get to, like take some space, or you get that drive home to like calm, although apparently sometimes, stuff happens on the drive home. But anyway, like you get that, like that downtime. Whereas here it's like, okay, I'm done. I step out of the office and it's like, and this happened and this happened. And it's like I will actually stay and just take, 15, 20 minutes. And like, I'm going to decompress because we still need that time, and we need to be mindful of what we need in order to be able to kind of like step into the next thing without letting ourselves be so overwhelmed.
Yeah. I'm much better when I do give myself that time too.
Mm-hmm.
So Laura says, driving home today from work on the highway, I was listening to a healing energy and so zen. I feel anger and look in my mirror, and the guy behind me is throwing his hands up, giving me the finger. So I identified it and met it with
laugh. But like, come on.
Nowhere to go on the highway, but with the flow of stop traffic.
Absolutely.
Nothing like getting it projected on you. So we need to do a curse removal on you, Laura.
Oh my gosh. But it's true, right? Like here you are, you're good, you're zen, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, and you feel it.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't get the opportunity to look around and see the guy in the rearview mirror, flipping us off and whatever else. And that's like, but that's a really great example of when we do get to see exactly where the energy came from. Be like, oh, not mine. Boundary.
That's where I'm like, okay, sacred geometry on the back window. We're gonna just, that isn't coming in.
Yes.
Hi, Kira. Welcome. Great to see you.
Yes. Yeah.
Melanie says sometimes most of my anger gets turned inward. Yeah. So we do have to watch that because we need to show ourselves the same amount of grace or more than we do other people, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know we've talked about this before, and you said grid the car.
Yes.
But about like, don't talk to my friend that way, right? And
I've said that to both of us. I think we've both done it to each other. Don't talk to my friend that way when we're doing this. Oh, I can't believe I'm so silly.
To do that to ourselves, right? Like, ooh, wait a minute. Don't talk to my friend that way. Like, I have clients actually name the mind bully just to get that little bit of diffusion, right? That separation. It's not me beating myself up. It's like the mind bully. And so you can name the mind bully whatever works for you. And we have had some interesting names across the board, but really just gaining that separation to be like, it's okay to be like, and whatever you name it, right? Like, mind bully, shut up. Like, you are just being so mean. I don't want to hear this anymore. Right? Like, next, we're going to start thinking about this now. No, we're going to think about this now. Right? And that ability to, again, get that separation. So like, I can be the observer of what's happening, and I can see like, oh, this is mind bully, like doing this talk right now. This isn't me. This isn't, who I am. This is just one part that's like being just really nasty right now. And Bert. Sorry if there's any Berts out there, but
I don't know. That came through.
No, but that's it, right? And in parts work, then there's that added layer of like, okay, Bert, why do you feel like you have to be so mean? What's going on? Right? What's going on, buddy? What's happening, Bert? Right? And Bert might be like, wah, 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 wah. And you're like, okay, Bert, well, I love you, even though you're feeling that way. So I'm gonna go do this thing now though, because I don't want to listen to that.
Yes, indeed.
But it's nice because when we have that inner critic, that negative self-talk that is constantly playing, it's hard to not feel like it's us.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's part of that accepting all of those parts of you, right? And being okay with having that piece, just trying to calm him down when he gets upset.
Yep.
Right? He's still a good part of you, and he's still telling you something. Like Melanie said, he's still, trying to tell you something. So what is that?
Well, and so often, put on my therapist hat, but entertainment purposes only. But this is the thing where, we sometimes have learned to like keep ourselves in line, a certain way of talking to ourselves. So let's say when we were little, we did something and we got yelled at, and somebody said something really mean, right? That little part of us goes, well, if I do this thing, or I, pick up this basically mask of this person who did this thing, and I wear that, I am going to keep myself in line so that I'll be loved, so that I'll be accepted, so that I'll fit in, so that I'll whatever. That part of us, that little part of us that's wounded, that picked up that mask, doesn't want to wear it, right? It doesn't want to be stuck having to repeat that narrative over and over again. It's only doing it because it's hurt and it's trying to protect us. And so this is to what you're saying, Tanys, that ability to go in and meet it and go, okay, sweetie, like you don't have to wear that mask anymore. Right? I know that you picked that up to take care of us. And I know that you picked that up in order to keep us safe. But that mask is actually hurting us.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take that off and see, what we can do now to take care of us in a way that feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
So what kind of things are you guys doing to work through that? Are you having a conversation with your inner bully? Which mine apparently has a name now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing with that? Because I think it's something we all face at some point or another, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think, when you're just going to speak from personal experience, but I found, being bullied a lot when I was a kid, you have taken on a lot of that. Yeah. And that is that sort of those masks and stuff that you put on. And that takes a fair, and of course we've all been bullied at one point or another, right? Whether it's when we're a child, in the workplace, within the family, like there's always a certain amount of that because we all live in fear. There's always fear at some point or another. So that tends to be an automatic response for many to step into trying to control others, which is bullying, basically. right? Depending on how you do it. So it goes back to our topics today, actually.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Laura says, I'm trying to breathe and drop into heart. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, timeouts.
I love timeouts.
Yeah. Especially when we do them at the spa, Jen.
Oh, they're the best.
Those timeouts are amazing.
They are. They are. Yeah, it's so interesting. I can remember as a kid being bullied. I can remember being a little bit of a bully. To, like, I think we play all of the roles at different times. And, I remember even like at, work situations being bullied. And again, that fear, and not, that like I'm in danger or anything. Well, I've had some of those experiences, but that's for another day. But to have, to have that fear of like, I can't lose my job. Like I can't, and to want to defend or to want to stand up for, and having that fear of like, if I push this, or if I, if I, talk back or whatever it is, that I'm going to have a consequence that I can't handle. And so we often learn that it's easier to just let it happen.
Yeah.
Right. But then we have to be really careful, because we will often then replay that, and it's such an important thing to be able to kind of go, okay, wait a minute. Like, yes, this situation happened. And yes, maybe I handled it in a way that didn't honor who I wanted to be or how I wanted to be in that moment. But that's okay. Because in that moment, I did the best that I could do with the information I had, and made a decision to protect myself, however that looked in that moment.
Yeah.
And this is again where those parts come up, because we will often have, those parts that acted to keep us safe or to help us survive a situation. And then we have other parts that then judge those parts. Well, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? And da-da-da-da-da. And it is such an important piece to recognize that if I knew then what I know now, maybe I would have done something different. Maybe I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's okay either way.
And it's all okay.
Yeah.
Right? But again, that back to your book, right? Lead with love and let love lead you. Sometimes the loving thing is to stand up and go, no, this isn't okay, and I'm not putting up with it. And sometimes the loving thing for ourselves can sometimes be like, I don't want to deal with that. Right. And so I'm just gonna let it be what it is. And then, I'm going to step out, and that's it. And then I'm going to do what I need to do to release it. And so I think we have to really check in and be honest with ourselves and go like, what is it that I actually have capacity for?
Yeah.
In this moment.
Well, in those kind of situations, when you're just allowing it to happen, there's that self-abandonment piece that comes in too, right? And if we do that, then that's often where that other voice comes in.
Yeah.
Where we start giving ourselves a hard time because we self-abandoned. But like you said, it's the resourcing that you have at that moment, whether it's, emotional fortitude, whether it's the capacity to stand up for yourself at that moment, or, maybe you didn't sleep well and you're just not feeling strong enough to be able to do it that day. Because sometimes that's the case, right? It can be the resourcing, whether it's sleep, whether it's, not feeling great, or whatever the case may be. And that can vary depending on the day. So giving ourselves a hard time, depending on the moment, really.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Leah. Welcome.
Yeah.
Are you gonna share? I love guacamole.
Oh, guacamole is so good.
It is so good.
So good. I'm getting hungry. I got some hunger. But yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to be that observer and to be able to just kind of notice. And if I can go, okay, I don't have capacity right now to handle this, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when we do this.
Disengage the shoulders from the ears. Oh, yes.
Like our friend Jacqueline would say, take the shoulders, take them back, roll them down, deep breath.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty interesting too. Like in breath work and things like that, when we get the nervous system to calm down. And this is where I know we've done it before in the show, but like things like the basic exercise, and there's we've done those quite a bit before. But like it allows for that to happen, right? It allows for that like kind of moment where we're able to just release and get ourselves back into that social engagement ventral vagal state. And go, okay, like it's a little bit of a reset that helps to be able to navigate some of those energies.
Yeah. They're talking to me. Sorry, I'm distracted.
I know. I thought for a moment you were going to say something, and then you didn't say something, and then I was like,
We're having a discussion. They're like, do some light language. I'm like, yeah, it's not the show for light language.
Why not?
So we're having a discussion over here.
Who wants some light language? Give me some like hearts and high fives in the chat.
They're laughing now.
Not the show for it. Like,
we're going to anyway. All right. There's some claps for the light language. Very good. All right. Yeah, I feel like this is a clearing, like a relaxing thing as opposed to an activation. More like a clearing kind of, like a release of emotion. So don't be surprised if some of you have some emotion. It's okay. You're just going to release. If not, and that's okay too. Doesn't mean you're not releasing. Okay. So let's just see what they're going to bring through, because obviously they want to come through. They interrupted the show. So
who do you think made you guys do the show in the first place? Right?
Yeah. Still. Me trying to be in control, right? When I can't be released. Doesn't work. I just do what I'm told, really. Even if they're like, you're not now. Are you going to? All right, here we go. Ayatataniya sukuturiki anaya. Ishtikataskanaaya suriki amana. O anenia sati arakikatataya tatakatudurania skia. Ianaya teteti. Ian tatotori andania taskidayati. Ushtanania tatakaya tatanaya tututuriki tatanayati. Ian tataraya tatanaya tikitataturi. Iya tataraya tsikitatanayati. Iskitidiraya tunanaya semanaya tutukurikia. Antaraya tatarunumurania tikitira tikaskatanayati. Intiskatataturi tira manaya tikitatarayati. Yantatoriki iaya tutukununaya tiskidenia seti. Iantatai tutori titikadinia tiskananaya tutoroya. Yamananaya tikadai tiara tataketiara ratekunoroi tisketanayatsu. Ianaya kia tatonono ya tikadara ya tisakanana ashkata toriki anana. Ongkori ni ya satakia tatokuriki ni ya tatake. Iskata totoreya niya ya tatatotori ni ki. Imana ya tataya takotoriki. Uri ni ya ta yati. Ana ya takarayata. Iana ni ya si. Unchi retititi ne ya sigatanana ya tutokuriki manana. Iya anda darayati. Iya taka. Orini atati. Iskirani na tekite daraya. Thanks, guys. How's everyone doing? Well, we have a...
That was lovely.
Love you too.
Aww.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's just who you are, and you don't need to be anything other than who you are.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This sounds so familiar. Aha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Full body chills. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Deep breath.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay, no giggles now. I'm just in peace.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you got going on this week?
Because we're right at that time, so I might see what we've got for home play.
Okay. I'll pull up the calendar and see what's happening. I know a few things.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So I got sit by a body of water.
Definitely.
Have you been inside too long, grandchild? It's time for a water healing. Remember that your waters are the Earth's mother's waters. Bring the two together. Seek out your local lakes, rivers, creeks, or ocean, for they carry the love and knowing of your sacred mother. Listen to the gentle splash on the shore. Bask in her flowing body and wet your own body. Acknowledge the life-giving fluids that you share by drinking, swimming, splashing, or floating in her waters. If you cannot be in contact with a larger body of water, then honor the waters that come into your home. The water from your taps comes a long way to cleanse your body, quench your thirst, and remove your waste. Bask in the watery beauty of this diverse and loving element. You will feel renewed, for you are water as well. Remember this powerful connection. As a human being, you have the power to transform the waters of the world by holding gratitude and love in your heart. Ask every drop of water to return to its pristine state and to illuminate your body and every body of water on the earth.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting one of the things that I have coming up. Laura says she did a reading in the tub last night.
Oh,
all
nice.
about the water. There we go.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's interesting, right? Because our body is mostly water. And it was so interesting. So while the light language was coming through, I was getting like a lot of symbols, and they were very watery and wave-like. And I thought, oh, that's really interesting. And so then to get the water card, it's like, oh, okay, I think there was like a purification of the water in our body that was happening during that transmission. So
beautiful.
A beautiful energy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. The water in the woods. So revitalizing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know here, you know, at least up where we are, things are still a little frozen and stuff like that, but we're supposed to have rain over the next few days. And even just standing out in the rain can be such an incredibly cleansing experience.
Yeah, definitely. So, what have you got going on, Jen?
Like I know.
Well, like Kaylee says, we do have something. She and I have something tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee and I will be doing archangels. We're talking about archangels live on her channel, Woo Woo Wonderment. So I believe we're doing a chat about them and maybe even some readings.
Ooh,
archangel readings or something. Perhaps they will channel. We shall see how all of that goes. So come and check us out tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern on Woo Woo Wonderment at that channel there.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And I have next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be on with Gerald. And we had talked about, you know, regulation in these crazy times. So I think that will be a bit of our theme. So that's what I've got coming up. And I had a fantastic conversation last week. I think it was last week. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, time and I are something else entirely. Yeah, I think it was with Michelle on Beyond the Outer Realm. And it was a great conversation on spheres of consciousness. And so if you missed it, you should be able to find that on the YouTube there for the replay. So those are the things that
and Spheres of Consciousness is Jen's book that she wrote. So take a look at that as well. Yeah, so it's a pretty quiet week because we've got like Easter going on and all that over the weekend and whatnot. So quiet on the business front and the YouTube front and all of that. Yeah. And then the following week, for me, the 13th is Enlightenment Evening. For those of you that are in town, 13th of April, that's the in-person. I also have a Reiki 3, if that's something you're interested in, that's coming up on April 12th. Okay. And Kaylee and I will probably have a little chat about our Courageous Creation series that's coming up, our Sacred Creativity series. So we'll talk about that tonight.
Okay, good stuff.
So
good stuff.
That's what's happening.
Yay.
So we got stuff happening. We're just happening, dudes.
Have some stuff happening.
It is. So excited. Yes, me too. So come and join us. And I guess we're done for the hour because we're like over the hour. But we want to thank you all for joining us. That was we had a great time. I hope you did too. And we shall see you next week. Same time, same bat channel.
Oh, yes. Any date for the next Galactic Gab? Did we do a date for that? We'll have to let you know. This is where like and subscribe is really great. Yes. Because I think we might have a date for that, but if we don't, you'll catch it that way. And also, I know we've been talking about setting a set time for when we're going to do our live readings. That's really hard, guys. So, like and subscribe, and then you'll catch us when we're on.
Yes. Yes.
But we are working on it, so we will try to be consistent.
Like we said, time is a thing.
Dang, holy man.
Yes, we do tend to be. Indeed. So,
yeah,
stay tuned, and there'll be one coming out soon, I'm sure. So, all right. Awesome. So, we will see you all soon. Take care. Have an awesome week. Bye now.